Hi, I'm Rahel Philipose and you are listening to Three Things, the Indian Express News Show. In this episode, we talk about the political row that started in Punjab after Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann's statement on the Uniform Civil Code. We also give you a quick update on Chandrayaan 3, India's mission to the moon. But first, we talk about Maharashtra. Last week, senior NCP leader Ajit Pawar left his party along with 8 other MLAs, joined the Eknath Shinde-led coalition government in Maharashtra and was then sworn in as the deputy chief minister of the state. Pawar is now trying to claim the party to his name, just like Eknath Shinde did a year ago with the Shiv Sena. And what's important to note is that the revolt came after he was denied the charge of the Maharashtra state unit. The role was instead given to Supriya Sule after her father and veteran leader Sharad Pawar resigned from the post in May. Immediately after the rebellion, we had spoken to the Indian Express's Shubhangi Khapre, who told us the reasons behind the split, how it would impact the party and the Mahavikas Aghadi, which is a coalition between the NCP, the Congress and the Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena. And since then, a lot of developments have taken place in the matter. So to know more about it, my colleague Utsa Sarmin speaks to Shubhangi.
So Shubhangi, it's been 4 days since the rebellion took place in Maharashtra, and the last time we spoke you said that we are not sure what is actually happening because all this might just be a political strategy of Sharad Pawar and we would have to wait for more developments. So now that a few days have passed, can you tell us what is the situation with the NCP now?
Yes, yesterday there were clearly 2 factions of NCP which held a meeting and each one tried to show its strength basically. So one was Sharad Pawar led and the other was Ajit Pawar led NCP. It was clear that Ajit Pawar had larger number of MLAs to his side as compared to Sharad Pawar. So that's where it stands. But again, the whole thing is whether Ajit Pawar will manage to get 2/3 of the members as he has alleged, because he's written a letter to Election Commission of India listing the names of 40 MLAs out of 53. So which means he is claiming that he has the 2/3 majority. This is where the situation is.
And Shubhangi, does Ajit Pawar need 2/3 MLAs to claim the party name and symbol for himself, just like Eknath Shinde did after his rebellion last year?
Yes, exactly. Same model is being applied here also. Also, under the anti-defection law, 10th schedule of the constitution, it is mandatory for a party, if it defects, it has to have 2/3 of majority. That's a very basic rule that to kind of, establish your own party or own faction. And not only that, it also says that after getting 2/3 majority, you have to merge in other party. That's where the case of Eknath Shinde thing, it was dragged in Supreme Court and it's still going on basically. And the matter is with the Speaker of Maharashtra. So the first step, if Ajit Pawar is claiming that yes, he is the leader of NCP, he has to get 2/3 majority. And that 2/3 numbers, he says he has. He says they have 43 MLA support. But then that has to be seen also. So on that basis, he has sought the party's title and symbol. So that matter is with Election Commission of India right now. And today, Sharad Pawar has convened a meeting, executive meeting in Delhi. He's gone to Delhi to kind of, again, look into all these legalities and constitution of his own party on how he can challenge Ajit Pawar. So it's now getting a little murky, this battle between the two, uncle and nephew.
Right, and now coming to the other part of the rebellion, which involved the BJP, you have written that people in the party are not really happy with these recent developments. Can you tell us why that is the case?
See, from the very beginning, if you see, the thought in the BJP workers and the MLAs is they are a party of 106 MLAs they have out of 288. So they are the biggest party and they feel that despite being the biggest party, when it comes to their share, whether it's representation in cabinet or where it comes to calling the shot related to political affairs also. Now they have been reduced to a party that is at par with others. And this unrest amongst the party workers as well as the elected members who are not in cabinet, because they feel that they are losing out, to accommodate others, their electoral prospect or their ambitions is somewhere they have to sacrifice that. And they are very tolerant to the large extent because they also know the top leadership, every decision that's taken in Maharashtra or any other state is with the consent of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah. So that's one of the reasons why BJP MLAs or members are not openly coming out to voice their dissent, but there is an unrest. I'm not saying that they are going to explore the possibility of breaking away, or no, that's not happening in BJP, because somehow they realize that this is a party which is going to stay in power, at least in the center, for pretty long. And that's one of the reasons you don't see that kind of a revolt, or you're not seeing that kind of discontent in public. But yes, within the organization, within the headquarters, there are murmurs, you can say. And see, it's not just about power. BJP's always had an ambition that they should get absolute strength on their own as far as the expansion of the organization is concerned. And somewhere they feel when you had Shinde faction, and now again if you're joining with NCP, then the point is like they feel, what about their electoral growth? What about their organizational growth? I mean, this election is 2024 is just one of its elections. But their larger concern is that where does the party grow when it comes to expansion as far as organization is concerned?
Right, and do we know how the BJP is handling these concerns of their grassroots cadres?
Yes, I'll give you a very classic example of Kolhapur, and there's a constituency called Kagal. And there's this local leader of BJP, an extremely loyal worker, Samarjit Ghatke. And he was very unhappy the moment NCP was admitted, because he, along with his group, has BJP group, that is, they had fought Hassan Mushrif. Now, Hassan Mushrif is NCP very senior leader, senior minister he was in MB also. Now, when the NCP joined BJP, Hassan Mushrif became a cabinet minister. So that really upset the BJP workers, because they wondered, like, all these years we fought, now what stand we take now, like, and what was the use of all this campaign and all this fight and all this ideological positioning? But the mechanism BJP has is they are very quick to address the redressal of the party workers, unlike other parties. So here, yesterday, he immediately got a call from Chandrayaan Patil, who is a very senior cabinet minister and who is from Kolhapur. And not only that, Devendra Fadnavis, Deputy CM, yesterday called Samarjit Ghatge to Mumbai, and they had a meeting for 1 hour. And today, Samarjit Ghatge admitted that yes, he was angry. He convened a meeting of his workers, public meeting that is, and he said, yes, I had also had a lot of offers from other parties. I am upset. All said and done, the motto of our party is nation first, party next, and self last. So I'm going to stay in the party. I'm not going anyway, and I'm going to work with greater resolve. Now look, this transformation to diffuse that anger, to kind of address their concerns, the BJP top leadership is intervening. None other than Deputy CM giving him 1 hour time and explaining him what the situation is, what are the compulsions, and why the center is doing what it is doing. So those kind of mechanism and those kind of interventions from the BJP leadership is going to be now a permanent feature, because there are going to be these issues cropping up not only in Western Maharashtra but in other parts also. And BJP has called a meeting of all its MLAs, and I think where Fadnavis is going to answer all their concerns. So yes, they will be very categorically told that our only target and only concern right now is to elect Prime Minister Narendra Modi with not only absolute majority, but enhance the tally from 303 upwards. And I think that's going to be the strong theme in tomorrow's meeting. And yes, but these issues, when it comes to grassroots, how to do the adjustments and how to diffuse the anger of the party and how to explain them these ideological differences and how to make compromises on ideologies, these are the bigger challenges the BJP as a party and its leaders will have to kind of be prepared for in coming days.
Right, and Shubhangi, this current political crisis has come exactly a year after Eknath Shinde's rebellion, which split the Shiv Sena in two. So is this something we usually see in the Maharashtra politics, this frequent revolts and splits?
Not to this extent. Like, see, the first revolt was in 1978 when Sharad Pawar himself split the Congress. And after that, of course, there was this Chhagan Bhujbal who had defected from Shiv Sena in 1991. So these things were happening, but this was like a faction of a leader led by 10 to 12 MLAs who had walked off from the party. But the split, what we are seeing in the organization, I think Shiv Sena was a very classic example where Shinde, after 1978, it was Eknath Shinde who actually broke the Shiv Sena into two. And after that, this NCP, Ajit Pawar has gone a step ahead and he's claiming, or he's very close to that 2/3 majority. And so again, he has completely split the NCP. So Eknath Shinde's and Ajit Pawar's political adventure, or call it revolt, has no parallels in Maharashtra's history, at least. That's a very, very daring kind of a political adventure, you can say that.
Right, and what do you think these rebellions say about the political climate of the state?
See, if you see Maharashtra as a state with all its long history, and it's always 1960s, 70s model of being a state which was very progressive in its outlook. And when I'm saying progressive, not only in development, but also it was a state which was in forefront when it came to enforcing the social reforms. This state was founded on those kind of principles of highest secularism. And once the BJP's advent in Maharashtra in 1980 as a political party, that could be seen as a beginning of change in Maharashtra. And Shiv Sena, BJP together, their alliance, that they brought in this right-wing politics where Hindutva became the central kind of a plank. But BJP in Maharashtra always had a progressive outlook. It had a modern outlook. But this kind of politics, here it's nothing to do with ideology. It's nothing to do with social sector. What we are seeing in Maharashtra politics is it's like a subtraction and addition. There's no ideological base. There's no discussion about the factors on which politics thrive, work, or is founded. These are not the factors. Right now, what we are seeing is just a tod-phod ki rajniti. And I'm not sure to what extent people will accept it, whether they like it or not. We'll have to wait for the electoral ballot, to expose this kind of thing. But yes, the fact is that a lot of people in BJP are also not happy with this kind of developments. It is a fact. In privately, they do concede. And even the leaders who are executing it admit it's a gamble, it's a risk. But the whole focus right now is to come to power in 2024, and to come to power in 2024 with not just simple majority. Their ambitions are to surpass their own record of 303. And that's where they say that they are adopting this kind of strategies.
And next we talk about Punjab. Last month, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, during a rally in the poll-bound Madhya Pradesh, made a pitch for implementing uniform civil code in the country.
आप मुझे बताइए, एक घर में परिवार के एक सदस्य के लिए एक कानून हो, परिवार के दूसरे सदस्य के लिए दूसरा कानून हो, तो क्या वो घर चल पाएगा क्या? कभी भी चल पाएगा क्या? फिर ऐसी दोहरी व्यवस्था से देश कैसे चल पाएगा? हमें याद रखना है कि भारत के संविधान में भी नागरिकों के समान अधिकार की बात कही गई है. साथियों,
Now, since he gave this speech, various opposition leaders have come out to criticize the idea of a uniform civil code. And many say that the Prime Minister is only trying to distract people from the real issues like unemployment and the breakdown of law and order in Manipur. But the Aam Aadmi Party, however, has taken a different stance on the issue by saying that they would support the UCC in principle.
देखिए, सैद्धांतिक रूप से हम इसके समर्थन में हैं. आर्टिकल 44 भी इसका समर्थन करती है कि देश में यूसीसी होनी चाहिए. लेकिन चूंकि ये मुद्दा
Now, soon after the party's statement on the UCC, Punjab Chief Minister and Aam Aadmi Party leader Bhagwant Mann triggered a political row by saying that the BJP wants to tamper with people's faith and that every religion has its own customs.
हर धर्म दा अपना अपना कल्चर है, अपना अपना रस्मां ने. पता नहीं क्यों छेड़ दिया इस तरह हो. मैं तो यही कहूंगा, कौम को कबीलों में मत बांटिए, लंबे सफर को मीलों में मत बांटिए. एक बहता दरिया है मेरा भारत देश, इसको नदियों और झीलों में मत बांटिए. जो संविधान कहता है.
These comments by Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann then led opposition parties like the Congress and the Shiromani Akali Dal to slam the Aam Aadmi Party for putting forth different opinions on the UCC, one for the state and another for the country. To know more about the issue, here is Utsa again, speaking to the Indian Express's Kanchan Vasdev.
So Kanchan, can you tell us why Bhagwant Mann took a different stand after the AAP supported the UCC in principle?
Utsa, Punjab has a predominant population of Sikhs, a minority community in the country. They are like 57.69% of the total population in Punjab. And Muslims are 1.93% and Christians are 1.25% of the total population. So rest are the Hindus. Now Mann himself stated that Sikhs have Anand Karaj instead of Feras when they get married. The customs followed for a wedding are different and even following the death are different. So UCC does not suit the Sikhs, the predominant community in the state. So Mann is the CM of Punjab. He has stated in the past that he is a votary of Anand Marriage Act. So if it takes a stand in favor of UCC, it would not go down well with the masses. That is why when AAP made its stand clear at the national level, the opposition in Punjab was breathing down Mann's neck to clear his stand on the issue. So the Shiromani Akali Dal and the Congress leaders were egging on him every day to come out with his stand. So finally he spelled it out.
And do we know how the party has reacted to the Chief Minister's comments?
For about 9-10 hours that day, after he spoke, there was no statement by any Aam Aadmi Party leader. But after that, they started calling up the media person, saying that, you're getting it wrong. He has only supported the party. And they have insisted that he has not taken any stand which was contrary to the party line. So, but nobody came on record and there's no statement by anybody while being, identified. But they are now saying that a CM has only reiterated what the party stand was. He's just raised a question on how they are going to implement it. They're saying that he's only advocated that all stakeholders should be taken into confidence. That is it. So this is what the General Secretary Sandeep Pathak had also said. This is what they're saying.
Right, in Kanchan, you mentioned that the opposition initially asked Mann to clarify his stand. But even after he did that, the opposition kept criticizing Mann and the AAP. So tell us, what issues are they raising about Mann's statements?
Whenever there is a contrary stand, like the party high command has taken some other stand and the local leader here has spoken differently on it, then it obviously gives a handle to the opposition to speak up. That is what happened in Punjab also. So the Shiromani Akali Dal also called it a double speak, and they said that how come that your party is taking a stand nationally and a different one in Punjab? So they asked Mann to get his party to clear its stand, saying that it was necessary to end the double speak in the AAP. So, SAT spokesperson Dr. Daljit Singh Cheema also said that it is shocking that AAP wants to vote in favor of UCC in Rajya Sabha, even as Mann is befooling Punjabis by stating that the party is against it in Punjab. So, he also said that on the very first day when Sandeep Pathak articulated the party stand at the national level, that AAP was in favor of UCC in principle, but now Mann is saying something else. So, he's saying that it's that they want to support UCC in the Rajya Sabha, while Punjab CM's statement is against UCC. It has no meaning in this context. So the Congress has also hit out at CM Mann, saying that he made his stand clear and he should make it even clearer further, because Leader of Opposition Pratap Bajwa also asked him to explain as to why he had to deviate from the party line. So he's saying that he's done that after observing the anti-UCC sentiments of the residents of the state.
Okay, and Kanchan, what kind of significance does Mann's statements on UCC have for the party and Punjab in general?
If you talk about Punjab, you can say that the state believes in unity in diversity, most of the people. Because Punjabis have seen a lot of bloodshed during the trouble-torn days of militancy. So there was a law and order situation also, people were being killed. All this pushed the state behind as far as the development is concerned. So that is why, there are not many job opportunities here and the youths are going abroad in search of greener pastures. So now the people, they want peace. They don't want anyone to tamper with any faith so that it could affect its unity. So UCC may be a uniform code, but in Punjab it will definitely divide. CM is politically a very astute man. So he senses the pulse of the people. So that's why he's taken this stand. He's just made it very clear. So his party may keep saying anything now, that it's not in contradiction, whatever. But he knows it, that whatever is said is, Punjabi is always like any leader who takes a stand against the rulers. He resists Delhi, and who resists his high command. That is how people of Punjab are. That is why he articulated by saying that the country is like a bouquet of flowers of various colors, and why make it a single color? Why tamper with faiths? That's what he said. He knows his line, and he knows it that he will only attract accolades by saying all that, at the party level in Punjab also and generally also.
And in the end, we give you a quick update on the Chandrayaan 3, which is India's mission to the moon. Yesterday, the Indian Space Research Organization or ISRO announced on Twitter that its lunar mission Chandrayaan 3 will be launched on 14th July at 2:35 p.m. from the spaceport at Sriharikota in Andhra Pradesh. ISRO's new heavy lift launch vehicle LVM-3, which is the country's heaviest rocket, will carry out the moon mission. And the space agency said that it successfully integrated the Chandrayaan 3 spacecraft with the launch vehicle Mark 3. In March this year, the Chandrayaan 3 spacecraft successfully completed the essential tests that validated its capability to withstand the harsh vibration and acoustic environment that the spacecraft would encounter during its launch. Chandrayaan 3 is a follow-up to the unsuccessful Chandrayaan 2 mission, and it has the same objective, that is, to demonstrate the capability of soft landing on the moon by delivering a lander and a rover to the lunar surface. The Chandrayaan 2 mission ended in tears on September 6, 2019, when the mission's Vikram lander failed to make a soft landing. The failure happened about 13 minutes after the spacecraft began its descent. So far, only 3 countries have actually managed to land on the moon: the United States, the erstwhile Soviet Union, and China. You were listening to 3 Things by the Indian Express. Today's show was hosted by me, Rahel Philipose, and written and produced by Utsa, Sarmin and Shashank Bhargava. It was edited and mixed by Suresh Pawar. If you like the show, then do subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also recommend the show to someone who you think will like it. Share it with a friend or someone in your family. It's the best way for people to get to know about us. You can also tweet us at Express Podcasts and write to us at podcasts@indianexpress.com.